Hello guys, I hope this video finds you well. So my name is Al Silva. I am from the Philippines and I would like to share my journey as a person that was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So what I'm going to share here is just about my experience. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, I'm an engineer by profession. I do a little bit about nutrition because we all have access to the internet, right? So what I'm going to share here is just about my journey, and I hope that somebody could learn and be blessed by my sharing. So my journey started last year. So it's more than a year now, in 2021. Um, I was working in my computer. I work from home because of the pandemic, and I noticed that my vision was very blurry. I almost cannot read what in my computer. So I asked my wife if I could borrow her reading glasses, and she has a 1.5 rating of the reading glasses. So I used it. I was able to read, and after that, um, we sought um, the advice of experts. So we went to um, an optometrist and had my eyes checked. So I explained that I don't know why suddenly my vision got blurry. I said, "Oh, how old are you?" I said, I think I was 46 at that time. I said, "Ah, it's just because of age. Once you get into 40, sometimes things like that happen." So she prescribed me reading glasses, and I still have it right now. Although I haven't really used this one. Yeah. So I paid 10,000 pesos for this. So that's around 200 US dollars because there are two of this. So buy one, take one. Yeah. And um, so we had a vacation then. We went to Mindanao, but the reading glass didn't come on time, did not arrive on time. So we went to Mindanao without this reading glasses. And I remember working there. I was using my wife's reading glasses of 1.25. And a few days after working there, I noticed I really cannot see clearly once I focus into something that I was working on. So what I did was, is what I did. So I used two pairs of glasses. So I put one on top of another, like this one, like that. So if you can see, so to 1.25, and after that I was able to see clearly. And the other thing that we noticed was quite unusual was my weight. So people started to notice that I was losing weight. My highest weight ever was 76 kilogram. That was when I was traveling and eating lots of good food in other countries. But I normally hover between 72 kilograms to around 74. And my weight started to go down to go to 70 to 69. So that's the second one that people noticed. And then the other one that I also noticed was I was drinking a lot of water. Normally we drink like 8 glasses of water, right? So that's about, I think, a liter and a half a day. But I was drinking, at the peak of it, I was actually using a 2 liter jug, and I could consume about four of those, so between 6 to 8 liters. And the other thing very unusual was I would wake up in the middle of the night. I mean, overnight, I sleep normally around 10, 11, but I would wake up the whole evening until morning about 4 to 5 times. And also during the day, I would pee a lot, very frequently. That's why I need to drink a lot of water. So we're really puzzled and as to why that's what's happening. And it could stand up. You probably notice they have some tummy here. Um, Around March this year, it went down that, especially when I lie down, my tummy was really flat. There's no fat in it. And the lowest weight that I measured was 60.5. Yeah, it was very low. And by that time, we were really alarmed. So I couldn't go to the doctor because of limitation. But fortunately, my employer has arranged as part of our benefits that we could do online by telephone. Yeah, so I scheduled a consultation with an internist, and she recommended me to to have my blood and urine tested. But before that, what I did was I already prepared myself that maybe I have diabetes. So I procured some, some herbal medicine, and one of them is this one. Yeah, this particular one, yeah, this brand and bottle itself. So it contains insulin plant, ampalaya, and banaba. So I think it's 500 milligram each. Yeah, 500 milligrams, and that actually helped me a lot at the onset, particularly when I was diagnosed with diabetes. So I started to take this one, and after the results got out, I spoke again to the doctor. Um, I think they call it internal medicine. Yeah, and she prescribed me metformin, essentially metformin, different variants of it. So I take I have actually three of them, three different ones. One in the morning, one at noon, and one in the evening. So one tablet each meal. The noon one was before meal. The other one was after meal. So initially, my blood when I was diagnosed was around 400 what do you call that? What unit was that? Milligram. Sorry, yeah, 400 milligram per deciliter. Yeah, it was very high, right? The fast that was already fasting blood sugar. The normal fasting blood sugar was supposed to be only 99, below 100. Yeah, 100, below 100 actually, and the non-fasting should be below 140. But my fasting blood sugar was um, 396 when you convert it, and then when I first tested it using a glucometer like this one, yeah, glucometer, it was 565. So the date here was March 1, 2022. Yeah, so that was when I started using the glucometer. So as some of you were probably aware of how to use this one, so what you do is you prick your finger. Yeah, there's a needle inside there. I think they call it the lance, and yeah, you prick it. The needle, the lance will come out there, and you'll have a very tiny wound there, and the blood will come out. And this one has a sensor, yeah, strips, which you put here, and then you you take very little of the blood, not even a drop of blood, so very tiny blood, and then after 8 seconds, this glucometer will test, and results would come out. So my first measurement was 565, yeah, and there were even days where this would come out with result as an error because the blood sugar was so high. So I started taking the medicine that the doctor has prescribed. So I started yeah, early March. I don't know when I did really start, but I already started there. So yeah, so I measure here 310. Yeah, I think it's started early medicine here. 310 milligram per deciliter, to 91, to 87, to 61. It started to go down. And the other thing that also helped is, aside from the medicine, is I had almost zero carb in my diet. So I didn't eat rice for quite some time, no noodles, no spaghetti, no potatoes. I only stuck with, so I did some research and found out that avocado has very little carbohydrates in it. So it has mostly fat, and also peanuts. Yeah, so those two are my sort of staple food, and of course meat, fish, chicken, pork, and beef. Yeah, I ate a lot of those, and that helped me a lot. So I was able to, through the medication, yeah, I was able to reduce the fasting blood sugar to around 150 after about a month. Yeah, about a month. So yeah, March 30 right here, I measured it's 103. So I'm very close to the normal already. But of course, I'm still taking medicine. Yeah, and I continued with that regime. And by the way, I was diagnosed yeah, this March, March this year. So today is July, July 1 in my day now. So I'm now on my March, April, May, June, July. So this is my actually my fourth month now. March, April, May, June, July. So my fourth month now. And I did try, reducing my medication, um, the medicine that I take, the metformin. Um, yeah, I'm already able to absorb sugar. So there were even days that I tried, just to experiment. Of course, I always measure my sugar because you don't want your sugar to be very high. But my system is not ready yet. To wean me from medicine. This is not a prescription for you guys. This is just sharing my journey. I found out that one of the reasons why people have have high sugar in their blood is because they're already lacking minerals in their body. In particular, two of those minerals are chromium and vanadium. Yeah, chromium and vanadium. Yeah, so those two. So if you lack those two, even if your body produces insulin, your cell won't be able to absorb the sugar. So I started taking this on the 15th of March. Yeah, right here. Started on the March 15th. Uh, so I had this from Ingevity, so Sweet Ease. So it contains a high concentration of chromium, vanadium, plus other minerals in there. So I normally, if you don't have type 2 diabetes, you take one capsule each meal. But since I'm trying to recover my system, I take 3 capsules per meal. So that's 9 capsules per day. And together with that, I also take a lot of um, omega 3 fish, essentially fish oil. So I take 6 of this in a day, and and the purpose of that is, as I learned, our our cells are um, the sugar cannot just enter the cell, so it needs insulin. So the insulin is like a door, yeah, that needs to open the cell for the sugar to come in. But even if you have insulin, the sugar will still cannot come in because the cell is like hard. So to make it soft, it should be coated with oil, so fish oil in this particular case. And even if you have the omega 3, the fatty acids, the sugar still cannot come in because it needs to communicate to the cell inside. So that's the role of the chromium and vanadium. So if you have chromium and vanadium, which as I understand it, they are like communication link, and you have insulin in your body, or you take insulin like this one, or for those people that does injection, and so that's the time that the cell door, sort of door, will open, and the sugar could come in. Sugar is not actually bad because you need sugar. That's our primary fuel. So it's like gasoline in your car, diesel in your diesel fuel in your diesel engine. So you have 3 types of energy, right? Source of energy. So the first one is sugar, the next one is fat, and the other is protein. But our primary source of energy really is the fuel. The fuel really is sugar. Yeah. But before you can consume sugar, if your cells can take in, you need to have insulin. That's why you take insulin, right? If you have diabetes. So um, yeah, um, right here in my table, just want to share. Yeah, hope you can see that. These are the reading glasses I procured. About, I think, yeah, half of this. There are actually more. And the reason for that is my vision got blurry, right? From 1.25 to 1.5, it went to 1.75, it became 2, then it became 2.5. The highest that I got was reached was 3.5. And initially I procured reading glasses through the in the malls, to the clinics there. But since my vision keeps changing, so I just decided to buy from online and get the reading glasses. So different ray. Sometimes I buy. If, for instance, I was my reading was 1.5, so procure 1.5, 1.5, 175 to 2, so that when my vision changes, I have some backup. Yeah. So I did that, and of course, the one that I just showed you is when I lock already and I don't have, and the one I procured doesn't come. So I usually do this. So I put a adhesive tape there to stick them together. And the other thing was, of course, I reduced weight, right? So right now, if you probably notice, I have some fat tummy, bulging tummy. So my weight right now is 71. Yeah, 71. Um, my target is 72. So I'm already there, and I don't want to go higher anymore, because if you go higher, I think I would be considered borderline obese. So I don't want to reach that point as well. So I just want to maintain where I am now. And yeah, it's been um, a roller coaster journey, but I thank God that He has given me wisdom and provided me guidance. He led me to the right direction, to the right doctors, to the right information. And so right now, I'm also influencing my family to go into supplementation, because I really don't want to be reliant on medicine and drugs like that, because um, our kidneys would suffer if we continue taking drugs. So I'm into supplementation. So aside from um, this medicine or supplements, I also take others to boost my body. I want to show you this, guys. This is probably 80%, because some of them I already throw away. So I don't know how many, maybe 300 of them right there. Yeah. So these are the blood strips to measure sugar. Continuing on, so I also take this one. So OsteoFX, so it contains a large amount of calcium and some other minerals, and very importantly, this one from longevity also. The Tani Chanjirensi contains 90 vitamins, minerals, and other minerals, elements that our body needs. So 90. So normally some will have 28 or 30 like that, but this one has 90. So I take this. And the other very important thing is about what do you call this? Go closer. Um, it's about diet, particularly on how we cook food. So I'm an engineer. So as I mentioned, I'm not a doctor. I'm an engineer, and I work actually in an oil company, and we market lubricants. So I understand about oxidation of oil. So I learned from the YouTube videos that I watched, particularly from Dr. Wallach, Dr. Glidden, and other associates, that I think it was Dr. Glidden that mentioned about the 12 bad foods. So particularly about oil. So the cooking oil that we have, like canola oil, coconut oil. When you use them for cooking, once it's exposed to temperature, it will oxidize. The oxidation will be faster. And actually, even if it's not exposed to high temperature, it will already oxidize, because oxidation actually is just chemical reaction with oxygen, and of course air has oxygen in it, right? And under normal temperature, the oxidation already is occurring. So particularly when you heat the oil, you use in your cooking, in your frying, the oil is already oxidized. And as I mentioned, I work in an oil company, and the lubricants that we sell, that we produce, they actually contain antioxidants. And so when they're exposed to high temperature, the oxidation process is not so fast, but oxidation still happens. So I can pretty much relate about what Dr. Glidden has mentioned about the 12 bad foods, in particular the fried foods. Yeah. And so right now, I don't eat as much as I can, of course, fried foods. So no fried chicken. We roast. I still eat chicken, of course, but we roast them. And also in the morning, I eat sunny side up eggs or scrambled eggs, but we don't use oil anymore for cooking. So my wife would cook me three sunny side ups, and what we use to cook the egg is butter. So butter is coming from milk, right? So it's from natural, and at least I think it will still oxidize, but not as much as cooking oil. Yeah. And the other one that was unusual in my journey, as my wife just reminded me, um, particularly January this year, maybe around December, November last year, I was eating a lot. Like every hour, every 30 minutes, I would eat, and still my weight keep dropping. And then I keep urinating, right, very frequently. So I learned that the reason why I keep eating is because my body needs, energy, right? So that's why I need to eat. But since my body, my cells cannot absorb sugar, my body would reject it. So that's why I'm drinking a lot of water. So when my urine test came out, it was very high in sugar. Yeah. So now I understand why what's happening. Yeah. So the sugar in my system will be discharged through urine. Yeah. So that's why when you have diabetes, your urine would be high in sugar. My wife actually noticed that there are some ants in the toilet. And yeah, that's another unusual. So no, yeah. So since my body cannot absorb sugar, it will be discharged through urine. Yeah, through our kidney, through our urine. That's the one. Yeah. And did I forget anything? Yeah. So my wife reminded me that the other thing was before I cannot eat rice. I remember eating like 2 tablespoons of rice. My sugar would go up to around 300, 250 like that. So it's very high. Now, my body can absorb now sugar, right? So I can eat rice, I can eat dessert, I can eat some carbohydrates, banana. I remember before when I ate banana for the whole day, I think I ate like 8 bananas. My sugar went so high, and my vision got very blurry. So yeah, my body now is able to absorb sugar, as you've seen a while ago. I have already tummy. So for reference, my height is 5'8". Yeah, so around 173 centimeter, and so my normal weight is around 72 kilograms now. So yeah, that's where I am now, and enjoying life. And yeah, I have no strength, and I look better now compared to about 2 months ago, particularly 3 months ago. It was really thin. Yeah, I remember when I graduated from the university. Before I started working, my weight was 55. I was very thin, and just imagine the 30 years later, yeah, 20 years later, I would be very near that weight where I was very thin. Yeah, 60.5, right? So it's very very low. So I'm not yet complete in my journey. I'm hoping that I would win myself from medicine, and actually have another journey as well. I still have hypertension, and um, I will learn more on how to deal with that. But right now, my focus is really to reduce my sugar to manageable level. I mean, it's in the manageable level now, but I want to win myself off medication, so that I will just focus on supplementation, yeah, and enjoy life. So now I could eat chocolate, but of course I have to limit myself. So whereas before I could eat as much as I want, so now I just eat a few, just to enjoy life. So I hope this helps some of you guys that are watching this. So again, this is not a prescription. I'm just sharing my life's experience and how I recovered from the very thin that I was to the very, not really fat, but at least normal weight that I have right now. So thank you guys, and God bless.
One more input sharing. Most of our food now, uh, I mean meat in particular, we use air fryer. Still fry, right? But not deep fry. Yeah. Or ano yun? by oil. So it's by by heat only, no oil in it. So yeah.